ourselves. They didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. They were the better team today. It is what it is. We got to move on, and we got to move on together. I can't go out there and just only play for myself. Nobody can go out there and play for themselves. We got to play for each other. That's what we're focused on.
Can I ask you just quick about the jersey you're wearing today, Tyler Craft, honoring him? What did that mean to you? What can you say about it?
Man, wearing 13 today definitely meant a lot. You know, to me, Ty Lee was somebody you aspire to be like, somebody you want to grow up to be like. He just fought hard in everything he did, and just the fact that I had the honor to go out here and wear his number and just do what I could in his number, and just being able to like just hug his family, just tell his family I love him, and it's definitely meant a lot to me. And I wish we would have had a better outcome. But, you know, things happen, and I'm just blessed that I was able to go out there and just do what I could in his number and just represent him and his family as good as I could.
Grant? Hey, Jordan. So Max got his first start today, and before the game, he was hyping you guys up. He looked like he was really into it. What do you have to say about him finally getting his chance to start since the last time he was injured?
It's just God's work. You know, he had a gruesome injury. Not too many people come back from that, but Max is a hard worker, so definitely shows the hard work that he's put in, and I'm super happy for him, and I feel like he did a great job. You know, Max came in and took control in a time of uncertainty. You know, so that just shows his dedication to the work that he's put in.
Jordan, you were also the first one out to see Mitch when he was on the field. What did it mean to you guys to see him out there and standing and sort of being with you guys?
It meant a lot, man. Mitch, he's been going through a lot. You know, that was my first time seeing him not at his house in a long time, you know, and it just felt so good to see him there, and it just makes you just want to play so much harder because, you know, just like he had a great relationship with Ty Lee as well. And just both of those guys are just two people that, like, I wish everybody knew their story just because of how they carry themselves in a way that they fought through what they're fighting through. Like, you see Mitch out there, like, if he didn't have the walker and stuff, you would have known he wasn't in pain. Like, he's going through a lot, and he still calls on me to check on me, make sure I'm good when I should be doing that to him. He's battling for his life. I'm out here playing football games, and that just shows that, like, everything he does is for us and not for himself. He's living for us, and, you know, that's just powerful, and that's just somebody that I just would do anything to help him, you know. But love Mitch.
Coach talked a lot about execution fundamentals, but why do you feel like those haven't been up to you guys' standards the first 5 games of the year?
To be honest, I don't know why. That's just something we got to really hone in on. You know, that's something that Coach stresses, and that's just something that we just got to get through our heads. Now it's on us to just go out there and do it. Now, you know, Coach has told us fundamentals, fundamentals, fundamentals. We hear it over and over. So now that's on us to go out there and do it. And I feel like that's on me as well as a captain to really just make sure that my guys are just, like, we're doing what Coach wants us to do. So that's something that I'll also take blame in for sure.
Jordan, how do you balance not letting a loss like this linger, but being able to learn from things from this game and move on?
For me, I feel like it's all about what you do after. You know, after this, I'm gonna go shower. Some of my boys from my high school are outside waiting for me. I was just in there with my mom, my dad, my nieces and nephews, my brothers. It's just like what you do after. You know, I just got a great support system around me, and also my teammates. You know, after this, we're gonna go home. I go home with one of my teammates, my roommate, you know, go home, spend some time with him. We're just going to go back and just relax. Like, now the game's over with. You got to spend the rest of the day. You can't just be thinking about football all day, or that's when problems come. At some point, you got to detach and just release and just let go of everything. So, you know, probably go home, get on 2K, to be honest with you. Just go home, just relax. Now it's just the game's behind us. What happened, happened. Now we just got to pick that up on Sunday.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jordan. Obviously, I know you haven't had a chance to look at this one in particular, but in the losses you guys have had, it seems the offense kind of, after the first couple quarters, stalls out and it's
Yeah.
kind of put points on the board.
Yeah.
Just you being out there and taking it, what did you kind of notice as common threads in those games that kind of keeps you all from, I guess, even keeping up from the scrimmage?
Like I said, ourselves, we're not locked in on fundamentals, and that starts up front, running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, all of us. We're not all playing on one accord. So there's not one person to blame. It's not a coaching problem. It's everybody, everything all together. Like I said, we're gonna win together, we're gonna lose together. We gotta be ready to take the blame together. So all of us are just ready just to put our best foot forward and going into Cal.
Time for one or two more. Let's go to David and Brian. Jordan, obviously, not the performances you've wanted to put on tape to start the season, and I know the general manager had written a letter to donors suggesting it's a rebuilding season and to show patience. How do you, looking at where you've been so far and what you still have in front of you, how would you define success for the rest of the season for you guys?
To be honest, I'm not worried about rebuilding. I'm not here to rebuild. I'm here to win football games. You know, that's why I'm here. That's why I stayed here. I'm here to win football games. So whatever they're doing with the donors or doing with whatever, that has nothing to do with me. I'm here to win football games, and that's where my 100% focus is on. You know, just here to win football games and get to that next level.
And
I mean, believe it or not, we've only been playing together for 2 months now. I mean, not everything's gonna go perfectly good, you know. Like we've been playing together for 2 months. Everybody still, like, yeah, it's game 5, but like we're still, like we've been on the field together for 2 months. Like we're going against like teams, you know. This is a brand new team, brand new culture, brand new everything. Everybody's still getting used to all that. So I mean, but at the end of the day, it's not an excuse. You gotta go out there and just win football games. So you know, of course that's something that plays into it. But at the end of the day, we lost. We lost. No matter who we win to, lose to, whatever, win or loss, it is what it is.
Perfect. Good stuff, Jordan.
Appreciate y'all.
One running back took a 2-10 team this season. You might be. He might. Offensive rookie of the year. Yeah, JT.
I was saying this last name.
Got quarterback Max Johnson.
Hey, Max. How we doing?
We're all right. First question for Max. We're gonna go right here. First one.
Max, can you talk about, you found out you were starting off on the game moments before kickoff. How did you adjust to that, knowing that you were ready to go right away instead of
I think just having my mind always, ready. From being ready physically, mentally, staying in it always. From beginning of the week to the end of the week, I'm always in it. I'm always prepared to be the starter and ready to roll. So I'm blessed to be here, and I was ready to roll.
David.
Max, 28-3 after the first quarter, I'm sure that takes you out of the game plan that you were hoping to run for most of this. How much did you feel like you were able to kind of showcase what the offense would look like under you versus just you're kind of put behind the eight ball early on?
Yeah, of course you don't want to be behind that much, just in general. But at the same time, it's doesn't matter what the score is. You know, we gotta put our best foot forward no matter what, and keep going. That, you know, in our minds, we're thinking, okay, score 0-0, just go, just work, doesn't matter. So we just gotta, you know, come together as a team, better, play more complementary football, and you know, just bring out the best versions of ourselves.
What you've seen so far, whatever lies ahead, how would you define what success is for this team going forward?
Yeah, I mean, of course, when you think of success, you think of wins. So that's our goal. Our goal is to win, you know, each and every single week. You know, we have a bye week coming up again, which will be good to have, just to kind of reset again, you know, and kind of get our mind, you know, focus on the next, you know, next opponent, and yeah, be ready to go.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Max, what did you feel, you know, kind of being out there and being in it? What did you kind of feel Clemson was doing to, you know, disrupt the rhythm a little bit as an offense and kind of keep you guys from just keeping up in the scores?
Yeah, I think that we had our, you know, on our first 3 possessions, or 4 possessions, we had the ball inside the 10 twice. So being able to kind of figure that out in that moment, you know, I thought we had some good drives that we put together. Didn't finish in, you know, a touchdown or a field goal, which we needed to, you know, do better, getting across the 50 and finishing drives. But yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, they're you know, a good team. Their record doesn't speak for itself. You know, they got really good players. So you know, so do we. But we got to come together and, you know, get ready to work.
Brian?
When did you find out you would be the starter, and were you told that was because of Gio's injury, or that it's your job now?
You know, I kind of found out later in the week. Just kind of, you know, the whole bye week I just had, you know, just working the whole time. Didn't really know the whole time, and then towards the end of the week, kind of figured it out, and knew I was going to get the nod, and kind of was locked in and, you know, ready to go. Got the guys going, so that's about it.
Aiden?
Max, so I know, obviously, when you guys are trailing big throughout most of the game, you guys are forced to throw the ball more, and you can showcase kind of what you've been working on. Brendan, I know y'all didn't score a touchdown too late, but what did you being able to throw the ball so much today showcase what you can do in the future to hopefully lead this offense to, you know, more success?
Yeah, I think just making the right decisions each and every single play. Each play is its own entity. Just being able to, you know, understand the coverage, where the ball needs to go. People think that they see a guy running wide, you know, open down the field. They think that's the read. It's just depends on what the play is called. And then just being able to, you know, lead the guys, lead the O-linemen, lead the receivers, bring everybody together, and you know, not get too high, not get too low, but at the same time, we got to go out there and, you know, score points.
AJ?
You said a minute ago, you get your minds right. When you think, if you go back to pre-TCU and think about the optimism and the hype and everything else and the way things have played out, how challenging is it for you guys collectively to get your minds given things have gone much more off course in an adverse way than anybody expected, certainly other than you guys?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, getting your minds right, your mind should always be ready. You're working 8 months of the whole year to get to fall to play football. So if your mind's, you know, you always stay ready to play the game. You know, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. Of course, it's frustrating what happened, but you have to look you know, look forward. So if you look back, you get caught up in the past. You got to look to the future.
But as much as that's the case, I would imagine results like this present an added challenge to that. So as an old guy who's been around, how do you help them through that? How do you think?
Yeah, I think that you can't, if everybody's so down, then practice isn't good. Then it gets monotonous in the meeting rooms. Like if you're not encouraging each other and bringing everybody up, then what are you doing? Like, why do you play the game of football? I understand life is frustrating, football is frustrating, but at the same time, if you're not encouraging each other, then it's not fun, and you play the game because you love it. So I mean, that's where I stand on it.
Max, why do you think the execution for you guys on both sides of the ball hasn't been what you hoped it would be to start the season?
I think we just gotta continue, like I've been saying the last few weeks, is to get on the same page. That's what we need to do. You know, from run plays, pass plays, everything in between. So just playing more complementary football.
And have you seen something missing from this team compared to other teams you've been on, whether it's here or elsewhere?
You know, I'm not too worried about where I've been in the past. I'm more focused on where I'm now. Just leading these guys, and you know, being the best version of myself now, and every single time I step on the field.
Adam?
Max, I had a question along those lines. You know, the people that are pointing out what's wrong with this team, and some are saying it's a lack of talent. I mean, you've played some big boy football in your career. I mean, do you think that there's just not enough talent on this team?
No, I would not say that. I believe in our guys. I believe in our team. I came here for a reason, and this is where I want to play. So I'm trusting the coaches, trusting our players. We got to go out there and play better.
Like leaning away towards the question of talent or not, do you think the bye week had any effect on the team's momentum coming into the week? You guys like how now?
Yeah, I think that the bye week was helpful for everybody. I think that it kind of, again, helped us get some rest, get everybody's bodies back, and it kind of gave us some time to, what do we need to do as a team? What can we do better as a team? Offense, defense, special teams, everything in between. So I think it was helpful to have the bye week, and I'm sure this bye week will be helpful as well.
And last one for Dennis here.
When you guys aren't able to finish drives like we talked about earlier, how does that shape your confidence out there on the field when you see 28-3 going into the second quarter? You're like, well, we're not finishing drives. How easy is it to question yourself? It's easy to say, I know that we believe and trust ourselves, but when the scoreboard is saying something else, how difficult is that?
True. If you get down, then it just gets worse. So if you get down, then you stay down. So that's why you got to completely change your attitude and change your mindset on each and every drive. Look the guy to the left and the right and be like, hey, let's go do it on this one. So if you give up in the first quarter, then nothing's ever going to change. But if you don't give up and keep pushing forward no matter, and then you have a chance.
Perfect. Good stuff, Max. We appreciate
Alrighty.
it.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Yep.
All right, we got defensive back Jaden Patterson here. Who wants the first question for Jaden? All right, start here with David.
Jade, how do you describe today and this season for you guys?
I'll describe it as we just gotta work. We gotta do our jobs and keep playing. I feel like it's a lot more football to play, so we got a lot more things to do.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jay, I know obviously you haven't had a chance to, really look at it as far as film and everything like that, but obviously that first quarter, Clemson was kind of able to do their thing when it comes to passing. And what do you think was kind of breaking down in the secondary and allowing them to get as many explosive plays?
It was really, we just really needed to do our job. People, as a whole, we weren't as locked in. I would say we gotta just keep working at doing our job and executing throughout the game.
Front row here.
You guys, the defense allowed almost 400 yards, more than 99 yards passing. Can you talk about what happened here?
I would just, again, I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. It's just like on the small plays, there was a couple plays we just didn't execute and do our jobs, and miscommunication, and that's what led to a lot of yards.
David?
I know your general manager had written to donors suggesting that this season was a rebuild and to be patient with the program. I'm curious how that resonates with you inside the locker room and what you would set as your expectations for the remainder of this season.
I wouldn't say it's a rebuild. We still got 7 more games, all ACC play, so I'm pretty confident in our team. We're going to work during this bye week and keep playing.
Andrew?
You said the nickname Patterson, you guys weren't locked in, or collectively weren't locked in. What do you mean by that, and where did that show up on the field?
I wasn't saying like not locked in as a whole. I was just saying like we was getting focused on making plays instead of just letting the play happen.
Do you think that at times when a bad play happens with this team, especially defensively, kind of allow it to snowball for a few plays and have a difficult time regrouping?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I'll say like as a whole, as a defense, we always next play, just leave the last play behind. We just play to play.
Pat?
It was 35-3 when at halftime. What are you guys saying to each other, just players, amongst each other then, and then after the game, what's kind of the mood of the conversation?
We was just saying it's a whole nother half to play. We just gotta. The worst is behind us. We just gotta keep playing, play by play, and making plays.
How about after the game, guys? On a player meeting, it feels like kind of like an inflection point right now.
After the game, we was saying similar things, like just a couple plays that really messed us up. And we just got to keep working and work on this off week.
Jaden, so, I know, obviously, y'all often at halftime, I know the score is what it was. Granted, I know Clemson did insert its backups late in the third quarter, but still, I mean, you all held them to 3 points in the second half. How is that a building block to showcase, kind of what you all can do in showcasing, how you all play well in games against like TCU, or, no, Charlotte and Richmond?
I would show like it shows we got heart. Like even when we was down, third quarter, like they still had all their starters in. We just kept balling. So that's what
Anything else for Jaden? Dennis?
That very first play, they run the trick play, 75 yards. How much did that rattle you guys?
Can you repeat the question?
The very first play of the game, they run the trick play, goes 75 yards. How much did that rattle you guys?
I would say it didn't really rattle us. Again, like we play by play, so that's in the past. We just gotta keep working.
Anything else? All right, perfect. Coach will be out in just a moment. Thanks so much, everyone.
Disappointing outcome for us today. I thought we had a good week. I think we were ready to go, and unfortunately we gave up some big plays early in the game that really tilted the game, and we're just never able to recover. So the big plays in the passing game. I mean, we probably gave up 200 yards of passing on 5 plays, had interceptions in all 5, so we didn't look for the ball. 3 alignment penalties that were, all our fault. So we just got to do a better job of coaching, a better job of playing, and just eliminate the mistakes that are fixable. I mean, that there's honestly not that many things that we can't get right, but we got to do a better job of it. And we can't give up plays like that defensively at the beginning of the game. Obviously, it just tilts the score. It's too much. So get back to work here tomorrow, and I think I expect the players to rebound like they did last week and have another good week here. We'll get ready to go and keep improving and keep fixing the things that we need to fix.
We'll get started on the right front row.
You mentioned eliminating mistakes. A couple of guys were talking about. I feel like a lot of it today was self-inflicted stuff. Why do you feel like those mistakes happen?
Yeah. Well, they don't happen all the time, but they happen at 2 or 3 critical times today, and it's lack of concentration, and we need to do a better job of coaching. It's part of it.
Do you feel like they're happening just at critical times, or what is the
No, it's a lot of plays where nothing happens, and then we have an illegal formation 3 times. It's just we just can't make those mistakes. So, when the players make them, it's obviously bad, but the fact that they happen is, part of that's coaching too. So I'll take my share of the responsibility on that. We got to do a better job of coaching it.
Front row right in the center here.
Bill, how much of a rebuild is this, and is it a bigger rebuild than you anticipated when you took the job?
I'm not going to make any evaluations like that. We're just going to keep working every day and every week, and let the guys get better, and the guys that play better will keep playing. The guys that don't, maybe there's other people that can compete and move ahead of them for playing time. But yeah, we're just going to keep grinding. I don't know. I'm not going to evaluate where things are or aren't. Just take it week by week.
Front row on the left here, Coach.
With a 20 loss to an ACC opponent, how do you guys compare yourself to other teams in the conference moving forward? How do you guys move forward?
Yeah, we'll get ready for every game. Go out and compete in every game. So next one's Cal, so we'll get ready for Cal.
Right next to the coach.
Yeah, Bill, obviously this one specifically you haven't got a chance to look at, but in the losses that you guys have had, the game kind of spirals out of control pretty quickly before halftime, things like that. Being on the field and just kind of, experiencing it, what do you feel are some of the common threads to those games, and why do you kind of feel that some of them kind of spiral out of control so easily?
Yeah, well, I thought this game was a lot different than the TCU and the UCF game, but look, each game has its own, its own entity and has its own characteristics. So, didn't get off to a good start today. Gave up big plays in the passing game, and there was just too many points to overcome. So, obviously, we did a better job of that.
Front row on the right.
Bill, this game was on national TV. A lot of your games have been on national TV so far. A lot of people are watching these. How do you overcome results like these when you're talking to people on the recruiting trail, trying to get guys who are in the portal? How do you overcome?
Yeah, we're just honest about it. Yeah.
Honest how?
Honest that we're building, and if you want to be part of the program that's being built, then we're here for you. That's what we do.
Right next to him, Coach.
Hey, Coach, third down's been a recurring problem for this offense. Tonight was 2 for 11. What has to change there?
Well, we had several third and longs at the first half. I don't know, the last 3 or 4. I think we're third and 10 pluses. So part of the problem on third down is first and second down. You get in third and long and extra long. It's just they're hard to convert. So it's a combination of playing better on third down, but also of staying out of the third and 10 pluses. They're just too hard to convert. Nobody has good stats converting those.
Third row on the right.
Bill, after what's your message to the team after this win today? What you tell them?
Yeah, I'll keep my conversations with the team between myself and the team, but I'll just say we're gonna work through it and work our way out of it. We'll get better every week and keep working every week. Prepare for the next team. Be ready to go. And that's what we're gonna do.
Do you feel like that's being received by these guys?
Yeah, I thought we had a good week. I think we were ready to go. It just, obviously didn't show up on the scoreboard, but I think the way they competed through the 4 quarters of the game, showed that there was, a lot of fight and a lot of effort in the team. Just, the score didn't reflect that.
Back left, Brian.
Yeah, Bill, 2 things. One, on the quarterback situation, when did you make the decision to go with Max, and why did you make that? Was it because of Gio's injury, or did you want to make a change and will Max be the guy moving forward?
Yeah, Gio didn't practice much this week, so that really wasn't an option. We'll see where he is going forward. we'll evaluate it. If there's anything to evaluate, I don't know. We'll see what his situation is this week.
Last second. Are you anticipating any changes to your coaching staff, to play calling, defensive play calling, anything like that after the game?
I mean, the main thing we need to do is keep doing what we're doing and do it better. I don't think that there's, fundamentally we're doing the wrong things. We're just not doing it well enough.
Front row left.
Bill, given what you've seen so far, what do you think is a reasonable expectation for this team the rest of the way? And rebuild, not rebuild, do you think that there's a point in time where just letting younger guys play and get some experience on the job is worthwhile?
Yeah, look, the guys that deserve to play, those are the guys who are going to play. That's all I can tell you. I'm not going to base it on how old they are or whatever. Guys that play the best and deserve to play, they're the ones that are going to play. They get to play. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, my expectations are to come in, have a good week this week, and then get ready for Cal. Those are my expectations. Yeah.
Bill, I'm curious what you made of Max Johnson's performance and sort of your overall confidence in the quarterback room going forward.
I'll take a closer look at it on film, but I think he competed well. We took care of the ball, which is a good thing. We need to score more points. Part of there's a lot of things that go into that, but we just need to score more points. So, but taking care of the ball, making good decisions. I thought he, did a pretty good job of that. But again, without looking at the film, we'll see exactly what it looked like tomorrow.
Right next to her.
Yeah.
Bill, how much of it defensively was what Clemson was doing versus self-inflicted mistakes?
We had 2 or 3, missed assignments, miscommunications, and just didn't make good plays in the deep part of the field. And, you make mistakes in the deep part of the field, you give up a lot of yards. So we can't do that. We just can't do it.
Back middle. Hey, Bill, there was obviously a lot of excitement from fans at the beginning of the year about you being hired, a lot of money being put into the program. What do you say now to fans that might be checking out, some people that invested in you, like, look, they're not getting their money worth?
Yeah. Well, we're going to keep working and keep grinding, and we're going to move on the right track here. So.
2 more here on the left.
Hey, Bill. So, what about Kate Klubnik today made it so hard to stop in the Clemson passing game?
Well, again, we had too many missed assignments, gave up big plays, and so that piled up a lot of yardage there that we need to prevent.
And then, Bill, I know you all had your first bye week, Clemson, and now you entered your second bye week. What are going to be some of the top areas of focus, some of the top things you and your players are going to emphasize and focus on as you prepare for the rest of your ACC slate?
Yeah, as I said, we'll go back and take a closer look at this game, but big emphasis. Last week was fundamentals, better execution, and I think there was a pretty good amount of that today, but it was overridden by the big plays we gave up on defense, and I would say the lack of first down production on offense at times. So when we're behind the sticks, it's puts us in tough situations offensively, and defensively we gave up too many explosive plays. When we stopped giving those up, then we were able to be competitive in the game, but we couldn't. We gave up too many in the first quarter.
Thank you.
Yep. All right.
Yes, I appreciate it.